What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 3 of my Total Warhammer 2 modded Arkhan the Black campaign. But as we saw last time, we have taken Kofar in an assault with an army and a half, at least, a massive number of troops just overwhelming the walls and getting rid of Raponce de Lyonesse for good. Now, the plan here is going to be to hopefully destroy the rest of the Bretonnians here. I'm hoping that these guys can't travel far enough away so that we can destroy their armies in the desert and be real happy about it, because that would just cripple these factions. Certainly they could probably build up their armies before we get to their bases, but we could siege them, and I feel like they wouldn't sally out unless they had a full stack in here, so maybe we'll be good. We will see. Now, I did assign these skill points to the Lich Priest and the Necrotech between the episodes. I did not, however, decide to assign the points for Arkhan himself. Now, the reason for that is all of his best skills you get at rank 10 at once. From Osirian, the God of the Underworld, to all of the line in Vengeful, which gives us a bunch of capacities, from heroes to the Vampire Count units to the upgrades for basically all Vampire Count units faction-wide, as well as some upgrades for Arkhan, the Curse of Undeath, which is a cooldown to lower the vampire spells, plus a passive ability which is an appears to be a heal and restoration, which we can combine with the invocation of Nahek. So all that put together, plus the right hand and Nagash, should be pretty damn good. So the reason that I'm getting to is I want to save the points up to rank 10 so that we can basically get this entire line in one go. So we're going to be holding on to those. Anyway, I believe everything is done in this particular turn. Nothing else needs to be, so let's end it, and let's see just where these guys go. Hopefully we can once again get rid of them before the dwarves get angry and decide to kill us all. Or at least bury us once again. Oh, why would you do that? Why would you? They moved closer. Oh, these maniacs. These absolute maniacs. Oh, you're all gonna die now. Well, that's gonna be a nice cinematic battle. Okay, let's see. We got a quest. Oh, the Tomb Blade of Arkhan. Looks like we got a... we got our item quest. That's lovely. Let's see what this says. Move any character to the Black Tower. If we can recruit a hero, we can send one there himself. Let's read what this says. The Camarine warrior king Al-Qadazar has dominated Arkhan's thoughts of late. How could he, a mere mortal, resist Nagash's power and slay him? What a resilient soul the man must have had. To bind such a soul into his tomb blade, the Lich King reasons would amplify its power magnificently, but to perform such a rite, Al-Qadazar's remains will be required. His tomb lies in a far distant, cursed city. Arkhan dispatches an agent to scout the area. A far distant, cursed city? Why don't you just say it's the Black Tower of Arkhan? It's literally his home. Okay. I mean, it is sort of distant, and it is most definitely cursed, so I'm not saying that that's untrue. It's just a little odd that they phrased it that way. Anyway, this is a full stack. Now, I do want to see whether these guys are allies. They're not, so they won't even help each other. Oh, that's going to be beautiful. That's going to be absolutely beautiful. We just need to figure out what stances we want to use when we attack. The Winds of Magic Power Reserve, we got the Corrupted Dynasties stance. I am kind of curious about this White King summoning thing. Might be nice. Alternatively, Entomb Beneath the Sands gives us what? Immune to attrition, chance of interception, Vanguard deployment, but that doesn't actually help us in terms of... I think that wouldn't help us because this is a reinforcing army, so it wouldn't really get those benefits. I guess we do get the benefit of the Sandvale, but that's not a big deal. You know what, let's go for Corrupted Dynasties. Let's see if these guys run away. I do expect that they will, but nonetheless. If we can just select the right one over here. I want you, Baron Thegan. Oh, it's your errantry. Oh, wait. I want to put Arkhan in a stance, maybe? 25% movement range. More, I guess we could leave the stance afterwards. Now, let's try it like this. See if this works out. Declare war. Yes, we have elected to declare war. I probably could have tried to talk to the top notes. Ah, they're undiscovered. I was thinking about asking them to join the war. And yes, this guy does indeed move away. So we will have to leave the stance, I think. And the reason for that is we want to also be able to get closer to this guy.
Valiant
Although, it'd still be okay. You know what? Let's take this guy out of this stance, so that he doesn't waste his movement speed. So if Arkhan can't catch him, at least this guy will be able to. And what's your name, buddy? We're gonna replace you with the Special Lord, but King Kura. Speaking of Special Lords, what does this guy do? He's got charge bonus, melee attack when fighting in desert, and range plus 10%. Interesting. So will this guy be our range Ushabti army? Let's see. You, public order for everybody, ward save, tax rate, own province. So you're like, I guess you're a guardian. Okay, what about you? Additional tradable resources, armor, construction time for local province. Okay, but you like Cameroon war sphinxes and necrosphinxes. Oh, here we go. Missile strength for Ushabti, great bow, and Ushabti. Okay, so this guy, Lamazash, is going to be the Ushabti holder. And Alcazar, you are going to be a Tombbark and Skeleton Chariot. Okay, sure. We're going to get some different units in there, all supported, hopefully, by enough vampire units to make it entertaining. Anyway, let's try this. I think we'll be good. Oh, yeah. We're going to do this cinematically, even though we do outnumber the enemy quite considerably, because this looks like it's going to be a fun one. Alrighty, so here we go. As I said, I do expect this to be quite an easy battle because we outnumber the enemy so massively, and they mostly have men-at-arms. Do they have peasants? Well, I mean, I guess the men-at-arms are peasants, but I mean, do they have peasant mobs anywhere? No, these Bretonnians don't seem to have one, oddly enough. So let's just take a quick look at how we set up our army. Here we have the Scorpion in the front with the Necrotect along, a little bit of a spread out army this time. The Crypt Ghouls in the back, obviously, as they are flanking damage dealers. We got these 3 units, our only line holding units in Arkhan's army right now, who are going to be holding the line until the main host gets here, although these guys do move really, really slow, being skeletons. We also have our 4 units of hounds in the corners in the back to get ready to go around and attack all of these archers, because they're probably the most threatening units, and we also have a single unit of bats here ready to do the same thing. Mostly it's going to be down to chasing down a lot of enemies, and we also did get this this White King summon from that stance, so that thing clearly works. It's a furry White King on the field, and he does have an ability to summon another a set of Graveguard, I believe, and although I did try it in the battle, it didn't do anything. I don't know if he miscast, or maybe I clicked twice or something, because I know sometimes clicking just stops the ability. All I know is that, unfortunately, it didn't work. Hopefully next time it will, because I would like to see the Graveguard summons and see how effective they are. Anyway, the battle lines are not quite joined, but we do have artillery superiority. Even though we don't have any skull catapults, we at least got this early Casket of Souls. Plus, we also have our Scorpion going in. Invincible as it is against chaff units like this, it's really not afraid of anything. So that's a lovely use for these Scorpions. I hope to get a second Scorpion in this army quite quick, because I do like giving Arkhan the Scorpion theme, as I do believe he likes these particular units. Now, let's see what else is going on. The Thegan himself decided to charge our Necrotect. Necrotect obviously not too adept at fighting, being a fairly squishy lord, but I do send the White King out, and there he goes trying to summon his Graveguard unit, but unfortunately it didn't work out. He goes flying, knocked back into a spear charge, actually, and then gets stuck here, doesn't he? Wait, does he run out? Okay, actually he runs out. That's fine then. As long as this guy doesn't kill the Necrotect, I'm going to be happy with that. Now, we do have the ghouls on the side fighting men-at-arms. I mean, everybody's fighting men-at-arms because there's really nothing but men-at-arms on the field. But these guys are fighting them not in a flanking maneuver. They're fighting them head-to-head, which the ghouls don't particularly like, I would imagine. But they still do pretty well. They are damage dealers after all, so they will win, but they will take casualties. I guess that's all I have to say about that. I do notice that they start taking a little bit of a beating. This particular Crypt Ghoul unit takes as much damage as the Spearman-at-Arm unit, so I do send our Lich Priest out to help them and buff them up with a little bit of damage resistance. Now, these guys are melee A lead unit. Oh, they leap. Oh, I like that. I didn't expect that the undead would leap like that. Or, I mean, monstrous undead, sure, but not the Graveguard, as they're so slow. I kept these guys back because I was afraid that they would go for the casket by running around our army a little bit, but apparently they don't really care about the casket. At least they did get something to do over here. Now we do have Feldbats charging into the backs of these guys while they're fighting the Spearmen. The Spearmen are holding the line. We do buff them up with a little bit of a... I don't remember what that is. Is it Soul Blight? No, I think it's Aspect of the Dread Knight. It's the buff that gives... It is Aspect of the Dread Knight, yeah. Leadership and Causes Terror, because these guys take the most of the beating of everybody, I think. 115, they're at 50% HP, so quite a bit. But they do get the help in the form of the Crypt Ghouls and Feldbats. They're only here to hold the line, after all. And this battle is just about over already. Look at the amount of enemy units taking damage and getting ready to rout. The Doggos have come in, and they've absolutely annihilated all the poor archer units just running around these dunes, eating their fill, and they can never eat their fill because they're undead, so, you know, they're just gonna keep killing. Hey, don't you attack the Doggos. They're adorable. Look at that face. Oh, no. I shouldn't have drawn attention to you, Doggo. I'm sorry. That was my fault. Oh, one-on-one. Who will win, Doggo or Man-at-Arms? Nope, Doggo's gonna wuss out. Come on. Call yourself undead. Alrighty, how are we looking here? Well, I guess if Manny is undead, then was Doggo can be too. Okay, so the enemy lord did get killed. Well, killed. Basically destroyed here. He didn't do too much damage to the Necrotech, surprisingly enough. We do have our little Power Rangers thing going on over here once again, although the white has joined in this time. I do wish that the white would look a little bit more like a Tomb King instead of a vampire. Once again, the same problem I had with the Raised Dead ability, but it's fine. It's fine. I guess I'd rather have the extra features than the appearance stuff anyway, so... Not too big of a complaint. Anyway, the Lord got mostly wrecked because I kept spamming Spirit Leech on him with Arkhan, and then he basically just dropped. Oh, and here comes the Scorpion. I love watching the Scorpion leap like that. And it's so annoying to deal with these guys when you're trying to fight with them, and they're just like leaping around your formation. It's difficult to pin them down because of it. And wow, he seems to be pinning all of these guys himself. Nice. Alright, it looks like this battle has essentially devolved into just chasing all these routing peasants. Mostly going to be cleanup work for the Doggos. Oh, a few of them are going to come back. Foolish, brave, but foolish. Oh, look at that little guy with a banner. I wonder if the banner unit actually does anything. Like, can it still attack? I need to try to keep my eye on one of them in one of the battles. Do they just stand there? Because he doesn't seem to have a weapon. He just has the banner. It does have a spiky end, but I guess I'll try to see. Maybe he tries to whack people with it. And are we done here? Looks like these guys are riding out. No, this one unit appears to be the only one alive. No, this one's coming back as well. Okie dokie, but I think at this point we can just speed this up and go through it because there's just going to be a lot of chasing the enemy around. Right? Yeah, there we go. There's a chain route. The enemy lord is wounded, got chased down by some Doggos in the distance there. He only had a tiny bit of HP as it was anyway. And we were just a little tiny bit short of the Realm of Souls Tier 1. When I saw this, I was actually tempted to try to get the Casket of Souls to target one of the enemy units that's close to us, as somebody said that they do a fairly good job of killing your own units, just to get a few more kills and regenerate the HP of the entire army a little bit. But, you know, at the end of the day, I decided not to. Would have been nice. The only thing that was dangerous was this guy, the Lich Priest. I did get him to cast a few times, but I think I accidentally made him charge the enemy formation as well without noticing. So he took a bit of a beating, and this was just against the Spear Men-at-Arms, which, I mean, sure, they're specialized anti-large, but they were also surrounded by a bunch of Crypt Ghouls, poisoned, and getting absolutely wrecked. So the fact that this guy dropped so fast is a little bit disheartening. I really got to keep my eye on these guys so we don't lose them. But hey, there we go. Easy little battle. The death of this army, and this will probably cripple the faction as well. Alrighty, pretty darn easy battle. I mean, the power bar was accurate. We were expecting an easy win here, and we got it. The doggos were absolute heroes in this. Two of them actually beating out the Casket of Souls in terms of kills, and of course the ghouls did quite nicely as well, as they can chase and poison. So I do love having all these units, especially early game, to run around and chase units off the map. Would be really great if we were fighting Skaven in particular, as they have that annoying habit of routing and then rallying and then routing and rallying over and over and over again. Anyway, it looks like a couple of these units survived, but they did move away. I don't know whether this was enough or not. I guess we'll see if this army will die. I almost accidentally lost our Lich Priest. Or was this a Necrotect? I can't even tell. I need to learn their names. I think this was the Lich Priest, though. I'm pretty sure the Necrotect was... Or was it? I don't know. Let's see. The 12% replenishment will replenish our army to full. We do need to fight again right away, and we might actually need to move out of this territory, so maybe that's the best option. I've been a little bit... Oh, but we also don't have Endless March. Now, but we can get the Endless March from defeating the next army, so you know what? Let's replenish. And let's see. Will this army die? Yes, indeed it will. Alright, beautiful. Alright, Arkhan got himself a Scroll of Power. Ability to recharge. I actually didn't summon the dead at all that particular fight, but they weren't really needed, to be fair. Now it's this guy's turn. This guy we can kill and then get our increased mobility secondary buff so that we can move to Al-Hayek really soon. We obviously won't need to regen twice, but if we get to right here, we can set up and be close enough to them to attack them the turn after that, but also be able to regenerate, so that'll be swell. Alright, Arkhan, try to see if you can't hit this guy. Declare... Oh, but we need to declare war. We could just not declare war on, and then not declare war on both factions. But the thing is, we're probably gonna need to. The only problem with this will be is while we're sieging Al-Hayek, Virus will be producing a full-fledged army, so if we don't take this and then move around... Oh, these guys have 2 territories. Oh, that's also kind of iffy. This one might actually rebel. I don't know whether it's going to die because it's a Bretonnian, so yeah, it's not going to die. It's a Bretonnian city, it's got walls. Damn, I think we're going to have to ignore this guy for now. It's unfortunate. But we have to deal with both of these provinces, and not dealing with him would just open him up to retake Kofur, and I don't really want that, especially as it has one of these special buildings in it. We need to get it upgraded real quick. Alright, fine. Fine, looks like that's decided for us then. We are going to move as far as we can with Arkhan. Let's say right about here. We'll hit Al-Hayek first, and Martek right after that. The reason for that is Martek's already level 3, whereas Al-Hayek doesn't actually have walls. It's probably building them right here. I would be surprised if the AI wasn't building. So we need to try to get there as fast as possible. We can still recruit 2 more units. The only problem with that is I think if we do so, we will be in march stance. We will probably siege us for 1 turn at least, though, so maybe that'll be worthwhile. Alright, you're gonna move right here, buddy.
Unliving march!
Yes, Unliving March. Let's see. Do we upgrade the Crypt Barracks for the Nehekar Warriors? Probably not worth the investment right now. Get a couple more Skeleton Spears, I guess. I'll let them take their sweet time. Oh, you know what? You just got a level, which means... I also have a Warrior Bane. You know what? I feel like we should give that to Arkhan instead. At least until he has his weapon. Let's get you Root Marcher. And let's see, you have Tomb King. Oh, you get Carrion Swarms as well. I imagine this doesn't stack, but imagine if it did. I'm still gonna get this, though. This turned out really quite useful. Oh, and it seems like all of Arkhan's followers actually get this ability. The Packs of Terror thing. Quite nice, actually. Because then we don't have to level it with Arkhan. We can specialize, for example, this guy to be Direwolf and Fellbat guy. I like that. Okay. Then I can be careful with Arkhan's points and not worry too much about it. Well, we're going Carrion Swarms first either way, and then Passage to the Soul Realm to prevent the degradation of our troops. You are not going to get an upgrade. Arkhan, you... you're going to save your points. We are going to give you that sword that guy had. Alrighty, you can't get any more cultists. You, my friend, also leveled up. I have been using there as protection. I'm not big on the incantation of vengeance. It costs too much. The point of the Nehekara lore is to repeatedly make use of the Restless Dead, so it means casting lots and lots of cheap spells like Joff's incantation of Cursed Blades, which is probably the best bang for our buck in that regard, but it is also better used on like lords and larger units, isn't it? Or elite units, I suppose. Base weapon, damage, armor, piercing weapon. Yeah, definitely not useful on skeletons. Does upgrading it will also reduce its cost, but will upgrading this? Oh, this will also reduce its cost, won't it? Alright, let's get this for now, and then we'll go for that after. Yeah, alright. Alright, I'm happy with that one. And I'm happy with what both of you guys are. Hopefully this guy doesn't get isolated and attacked by something, although I feel like this guy's army is too weak. And let's see, you are not yet ready to upgrade, which means we can end our turn. Next, please. I really would have liked to attack this guy, but... you know, if we can bide our time, we'll bide our time. He can raid, I don't care. This place might rebel, but we should be able to get back to it soon. Aha! Look who's recruiting. Oh, it looks like, judging by the fact that they didn't recruit that one turn, they're recruiting something that takes 2 turns. What can they even recruit that takes 2 turns? Unlocks recruitment of men-at-arms and spears at shields. I don't think either of those will take 2 turns to recruit. Odd. Alright, unless the AI is just being crazy. Oh, we could get another Casket of Souls right now. It's gonna cost 5k, though. Tempting. I'm gonna save the Great Incantation of Tra for the Necrotect hero that colonizes at rank 3. I feel like what we'll do is we'll end up sacking Vulture Mountain. Oh, it's actually not that... Huh. It would be more expensive. I thought we'd get more out of sacking it. 2,500 for sacking this is really not worth it. Well, whatever. We'll concede this for now. Watch these guys sally out afterwards. I don't think they will, but they never. Let's go right there. Stay and build for a turn. Mr. Necrotect, you leveled up as well. Let's start getting you hard to hit, because you've been having a wee bit of a bad time. Laboratory construction cost for all buildings, local region. It's only -6. It's really not that much. But between boost income and architect, we probably need to get at least 1 necrotech that is going to be in our most money-making province. Either way, hard to hit for you, buddy. You. Hurrah! Go into march stance and go right up to Arkhan, as close as you can get. And we'll stay here for 1 turn and then probably just straight up attack. Like we saw last time, I don't think we need to. We need to wait until their supplies run out. We can just wait for 1 turn until we're at a march stance and just go straight for the walls. So hopefully we can get that going this episode as well. Let's end this turn as well, I think. Yes, go. Alrighty. And I do apologize if you guys can probably hear my chair squeaking periodically really loudly. I need to get some WD-40 or something. Man, so many things to do. Okay, let's see. Short war with the dwarves. That's never going to happen. You are sailing away because you're insane. Why are you sailing away? Because you know that we're going to kill you? You have 2 provinces. One of them is about to get a rebellion. You have no army. Are you going to go for Kofur? Is that what you're saying? Huh. I don't think the one guy could defeat this, though. Not one lord by himself, right? That's not what the AI is thinking. Can't possibly be. And, okay, this is not ready. Is our legion ready? Yeah, we can get the Flock of Joff right now. It's only 100 canopic jars. Really not that bad. And we don't have gold for the Legion of the Netherworld anyway. So yeah, you know what? Let's get these guys. I hope that they're a little bit better in SFO than I remember them being in vanilla, because I remember them being fairly weak. And yeah, I know they're carry and they're just meant to harass and such, but still, nonetheless, I'd still prefer them to be a little bit more effective. Now, we need to get rid of somebody to get these guys going. Melee attack 40 and 45. It's actually pretty decent, it seems. And they have... Wait, they have death from above, which means that they can use projectiles. Do we put them in Arkhan's army? The problem with Arkhan's army is it's already quite full. I guess he doesn't really need the skeleton archers, but he has been getting some use out of them. You know, I guess we could trade after it. Let's get rid of 1 unit of skeleton warriors right here. I generally prefer the skeleton spears just so they can hold the line a little bit longer than the warriors can, even if they do less damage. There we go, right there. You go into, let's say, Corrupted Dynasty stance. The White King summon did work last time, so why the hell wouldn't we use it? And Arkhan, you can go into it as well. And then we just gotta remember to get out of the stance so we don't cripple our own research repeatedly like this. I imagine the negative research debuff stacks. Now, there we go. That seems pretty good. We will not have... we won't have any towers, but I think that's okay. I think we'll be just fine. I will have to... Oh, I'm going to have to make a cut here because the last one was a cinematic battle. And frankly, even though this is going to be a pretty easy siege, I'm probably just going to make this one a cinematic battle as well, even if it will be a short one. So here's the cut. Alrighty, there's the cut. Here we go. This should be a fairly simple battle, I imagine, once again. Let's just do it. We also have 3 units of aerial support that we could send up and destroy those peasant bowmen on the walls. Go. Alrighty, here we go, another siege, the battle for Al-Hayek. Gonna be pretty simple. I mean, we outnumber the enemy so much, even though most of our units are chaff, that we could just line them up across from edge to edge of the map and just send them up the walls. Some of them might die, but that's a risk I'm willing to take, or at least Arkhan's willing to take. The enemies don't appear to have too much in the way of good troops. I think they have 2 sets of foot squires. One appears to be blocking the door over here, or the gates over here, and there's another one on this side. Yeah, alright, well, the AI does a good job putting their elite units at the gates like that. They also have some men-at-arms back here, and a set of Knights of the Realm. And that's just about it. The rest are men-at-arms, so we should be just fine. Oh, is that like a... Is this place on fire? Nice. Nice. I sometimes don't notice that, but it does look proper. If only we could fight. If only we could fight along this entire area. But hey, okay. I think our army is just about set up, as I said, edge to edge, and we're just gonna send them up there. I am excited to see how the flock of Joff do. Let's see what they look like. In fact, oh, I love the burning wings. That's pretty cool. They're like creepy little undead phoenixes almost. Good job. Good job. Fiery vultures. And let's see. Our artillery is still firing. And yes, I could have played this carefully and actually destroyed enemy towers with the artillery. But at the end of the day, I decided not to wait and just sent the entire army, which should be happening any second now. Let's just speed it up. I believe there's a couple units that are just moving into place. And... any moment now. I probably should have sped it up a little bit earlier. There we go. I can see them moving now. Want to see how much mileage we get out of these aerial units. How much kills they get at the end. Check out how damaging their death from above ability is. At least we're getting some side shots from our casket in the meantime. Or it's not doing a crazy amount of damage, and I don't know whether this tower is actually going to go down. It's 85%, it's pretty good. Alrighty, here come the flyers, and let's see. There's a little bit of focusing going on. The Tomb Scorpion actually took some damage, but so did the flock. I mean, they dropped really quickly to some basic archers, but they will be able to drop their special ability. Let's see how much damage this does. This is a full health archer unit, and these guys are full health too. I think I tried to get both of this archer and the foot squires in the drop zone. There we go. Alright, definitely some meat explosions going on everywhere. We got spines flying everywhere or something, or are those limbs? I can't even tell. Alrighty, let's see how much damage I did. Okay, not too much damage to the foot squires. I don't remember that I had 120 units originally, so not a lot of losses there. The bowmen also did suffer maybe 25, maybe a little bit more % damage, but they did suffer a massive morale hit right there, almost ready to rout immediately. So when the fell bats come in, and here they are along with the flyers, that should work just fine. And in the meantime, we have a giant pile of completely disposable units rushing in. And ooh, look at all these shielded units blocking arrows. Good job. This is what I love about the undead. Just sending piles and piles of units at the enemy and not being worried about them dying, because you can just replace them for free and instantly. And I know I went on and on about this last time, but it's just it's what makes me love these factions. Okay, here we go. The walls are starting to get laddered up now. I did notice that the bug is still there, wherein some units just sort of sit there and they don't get their ladders going. They have to be manually ordered to do so. I don't know what's up with that, but that's always been the case. It's Total War. It's part of the Total War experience, I suppose. Just like messed up auto-resolve. Fortunately, we haven't had the auto-resolve screw us this particular episode yet, but hey, it's only a matter of time, right? Alright, there we go. Looks like we got a level 2, I believe, on the Realm of Souls, so we are getting more heals, and the flyers are still doing quite well up here. This is what's making me tempted to get a secondary army that's got a ton of fellbats in it, so that we can just send them up the walls like this, even treating them as disposable. But it's quite effective for clearing walls, you gotta admit. Even with the lack of, despite, I should say, the lack of VAR guys. Now, I did pull a little bit of a gap here. I kept these fellbats up here, despite the fact that our 4 units of skeleton archers did start firing, and the fellbats start taking a lot of damage to our own fire. I think they actually take more damage to our own fire than they do to the enemies, so it is what it is. But hey, easily replaceable, as I said. Now, the rest of these walls are actually unguarded, so most of our units are freely just walking up here or climbing up here. This unit of foot squires actually decided to climb up on top of this gate, despite the fact that we have a ram coming in here, which will inevitably break through this gate. And these squires, however, can hold up here for quite a bit longer because they can't really get rear charged here. So I guess it's the right decision at the end of the day for the AI. The Casket of Souls, I did stop it from firing at the gate anymore, at the towers and the enemies along the walls anymore, and just have it attacking these Knights of the Realm. They've actually taken quite a bit of damage here and haven't really lost any models, but look at that. That was about 10 to 15% damage at least, so that being their most threatening unit, I feel like that's a pretty damn good investment for some ammunition. We also got our Shabti coming in, getting ready to swing away with them Kopeshes at the back of these 4 units. And look at that charge. Skeleton bowling versus human bowling. Alrighty, can't wait to get some Shabti into our army. Well, probably into our second army. I guess, as I said, Arkhan will be using Crypt Wars. I probably won't have any room to get range units in his army, although I will think about it. Maybe a couple Bone Giants, but I probably prefer the Scorpions. It's possible that we might be able to fit in 2 Scorpions and 2 Bone Giants, but but I feel like I'll end up taking the Scorpions over the Bone Giants if I have to choose between the 2. But the main thing is going to be a ton of Hex rates and Cairn rates and a couple Mortis engines. Although then he might feel a little bit too like... I think one of the other Vampire Lords has bonuses to Ghost as well. Could be... No, I don't think it's Helman Lewis. He has bonuses to zombies. Oh, it's Kemmler, wasn't it? Because I remember he got remade. A bunch of patches go, oh, look at all this undead summon. I did summon Skeleton Warriors as well as zombies. plus the Ushapti, all of these summons dropping at the same time. There's like 4 on top of this pile of units, and they all get wrecked. In addition to the Scorpion and all our elite units in here. And look, even our Lich Priest sitting back and attacking. Now, this is where I'm about to make another little bit of a mistake here. I did get the Hounds all to come into this gate once it got broken through, and I decided to charge them immediately into the Knights. I saw that the Knights were very badly beat up here, and unfortunately what they did was countercharge these direwolves. And look at the set of direwolves melt. And let's see, one charge, I saw how much damage they took immediately, and I saw this countercharge, but reacted a little bit too late in getting them all back. These guys were unable to disengage and lost more than half of their HP and more than half of their units in a single charge. Well, it's something to learn from for next time. Unfortunate, but hey, the Knights we know now are really good at killing those doggos. Or at least they are on the charge. The other ones they don't do a lot of damage to because I guess their charge bonus is done, but so are these poor direwolves. They're done as well. We're going to have to replace them. I do get a couple cycle charges in with the Flock of Jaff on these foot squares, but they also don't take a lot of damage. I almost wish that I had saved Death from Above for an elite unit like this, because they're just blocking all of this pile of skeletons. And look at this damn pile of skeletons. Between this and what happened at the gate with all those summons, getting some real nice undead vibes over here. And damn, I do wonder how many kills these summoned Ushapti got, because they're just, this is an absolute meat grinder. The enemies are running in and they're just murdering them. Huh. I wonder if they're better at destroying infantry like this as compared to the Crypt Horrors. At some point I might make an army with at least a couple of Crypt Horrors as well as Ushapti just to see who does better. Although I suppose as soon as we get Crypt Horrors into Arkhan's army, we will be able to compare them a little bit, but we won't be able to see the kills on the summoned units, so... Anyway, this battle is just about over. The Knights are still just barely holding on here, but they're about to rout, and I believe as soon as they do the entire enemy force routes, the Foot Squires also do quite an admirable job at holding on here. And they're holding back an absolute tide of units, but you know, unupgraded regular spearmen or skeleton spearmen, probably the worst, or one of the worst units in the game, not counting like peasant mobs and zombies. Although I don't consider zombies as a bad unit. Skaven slaves and peasant mobs. I absolutely adore zombies. The whole tar-pitting effect, I feel like they're more effective. Plus the fact that you can summon them. And I just love using them to take artillery shots and stuff. I miss playing the undead. I hope that there's another... Nah, there's probably not going to be any more buffs to the regular Vampire Counts faction, are they? They got a lot of love in previous reworks and stuff like that. But hey, I'm gonna do another campaign with them eventually. Anyway, that's it for this battle. Easy enough, despite the mistake with the Hounds and the Bats there. Alrighty, once again a fairly easy battle. I did manage to lose a couple units, unfortunately, but that was mostly to me not being careful. The Fellbats, of course, died to that volley from both sets of skeleton archers and just kind of got wrecked because I didn't get them out in time. And then the direwolves sort of just ran into the lances of the enemy knights and then basically just disintegrated after that. I did use an Invocation of Nehek on them, as well as a heal from the Lore of Nehek, and it just wasn't enough to keep them from disintegrating, despite the fact that they had 30 wolves, which was a little bit unfortunate, but it's okay. They're basic units. We got rid of them just fine. We'll replace them real quick. In the meantime, we could just pop the Flock of Jaff and the Fell Bats right back into this army, and it'll be just fine until we get another doggo in there. So, and plus, we need Crypt Horrors as well. Anyway, we will be replacing all these Skeleton Spears from this army because we will be using Wraiths as our main line there. So, alrighty. So, Al-Hayek. You are now ours, and we got a Sword of Swift Slaying, armor piercing, melee attack, sure. A decent little sword for us. And it doesn't seem like we have a special building here, and it doesn't even look like there's a location, but that's okay. We do... Oh, we start with a thing of Nehekara warriors. Oh, that's nice, because we can recruit 2 of those immediately. And then we can replace whatever we're missing after that. Okay, I like it. I like it a lot. We just have to book it here to Martek next turn, or so... Whoa, 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 Bel Aliad, what the hell happened here? Why is it ruins? Did Tic-Tac-Toe attack it? Halakwa's over here. The Rakov dynasty probably doesn't like us, but if these ruins are free and not full of Skaven, I would really like to take those for ourselves, especially because they have golden idols, which should allow us to unlock Assyrian's Legion of the Netherworld. Nice. Alright, well, this is going pretty decently so far, I think. I feel like we did luck out with regards to this, as we could just keep this here and get a quick set of Tomb Guard available in, well, not quite soon, but eventually. And plus, the benefit of having Al-Hayek is if this place rebels, it'll now be Al-Hayek that causes, where the rebellion will appear, and it has walls, so we won't really care about that. Okay, I'm happy with that. Oh, we're right beside Zandri as well. Oh, damn. We might have a we might have a confrontation with Cetra much earlier than I was expecting. Maybe it was a little bit of a mistake to go this far north. Huh, this'll be interesting. I just hope that he doesn't try to bypass all this. If he goes for Al-Hayek and dies there, that's fine, but he also, I believe he starts with a Necrosphinx. I don't remember if he starts with Necrosphinx or a Kemrian War Sphinx, but I feel like he starts with something nasty that we don't really have a counter to with regards to what we currently have, which might be an issue. We should try to get at least a single unit of Crypt Horrors in there just to surround it and wreck its face. But anyway, we are obviously out of time, so I'm going to call this episode here. Next time, we will hopefully be able to upgrade the Wizard Caliph's Palace, which means another upgrade into that ancient burial mound, and therefore the Crypt Horrors that I've been talking about for a while now. We will also go for Martek and just hope that Zandri doesn't hit us from here. Maybe we can try to get a hero. I don't think we have capacity for any of them, but hopefully as soon as Arkhan hits 10... we will get more capacity. We'll get 2 more Lich Priests available, so we'll set one up as a scout, just so we can keep an eye out on old Cetra over there as we take the rest of these lands next time. So with that said, as always, I do appreciate any and all feedback with regards to the gameplay or the way I do things on this channel. If you have a second, please do take it to leave a like and or a comment to support the channel. It really, really does help. As always, all glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.